In the heart of the city, nestled inside a towering corporate building, lived an unassuming janitor named Marco. He was diligent, quiet, and always punctual. Dressed daily in his blue overalls and white gloves, he swept hallways, emptied trash bins, and silently watched people rush through their fast-paced lives. No one ever noticed him, except for one little girl who saw what others didn't. At the top of the building was a luxurious apartment where Amelia Winters, the CEO of a successful fashion empire, lived with her 5-year-old daughter, Lily. Amelia was a sharp, poised woman, respected in business but struggling silently with motherhood. Since her husband's sudden passing 2 years ago, she had been raising Lily alone. Torn between boardroom meetings and bedtime stories, Amelia often felt like she was failing at both. Lily, a bright and gentle soul, spent most of her time with her nanny, tutors, or by herself. She rarely smiled anymore. The absence of a father left a quiet void in her heart, one that even her teddy bear couldn't fill. She often sat by the window, watching the janitor below sweep the lobby floor with rhythmic patience. She didn't know his name, but something about him felt familiar. One rainy evening, the nanny called in sick, and Amelia was stuck in back-to-back meetings. Lily wandered into the hallway outside the apartment, teddy bear in hand. Her bare feet padded softly across the cold marble floor as she followed the scent of lemon cleaner. She found Marco wiping down a hallway mirror, humming softly to himself. "Hi," she said shyly. Marco turned, surprised, and offered a warm smile. "Hello there, I'm Lily," she announced, hugging her bear. Marco knelt down to her level. "Nice to meet you, Lily. I'm Marco." She stared at the keychain dangling from his belt, a shiny silver trinket shaped like a carousel horse. "That's pretty," she said, pointing to it. He touched it gently. "It used to belong to someone very special." Lily smiled and nodded, sensing the same weight of sadness in his eyes that she often felt. She sat on the floor beside him, chatting about her stuffed animals, her favorite storybooks, and how much she missed her daddy. From that day on, Lily would sneak out to see Marco whenever she could. He never talked too much, but he always listened. He told her stories about stars, the moon, and magical carousels. She laughed again. She smiled again. One night, Amelia returned from a late meeting, exhausted. The apartment was quiet, too quiet. "Lily," she called, her heart racing. She found the bedroom door slightly ajar. Inside, her daughter lay fast asleep, curled around her teddy bear. But her small hand was loosely gripping something else, Marco's silver keychain. Amelia stepped closer, confused. The keychain gleamed under the lamp's warm light. She picked it up carefully. Inscribed on the back was a date, and the initials, M.W. Before she could think further, Marco appeared in the doorway, mop in hand, surprised to see her. Amelia turned sharply, keychain still in hand. Where did she get this? Marco froze. For a moment, the silence between them was deafening. Then, he spoke. "That keychain belonged to my daughter," he said quietly. "She passed away 6 years ago." Amelia's eyes softened. "I'm so sorry." She looked just like Lily, he continued. Same laugh, same kindness. "I never thought I'd feel that kind of warmth again until your daughter spoke to me." Amelia clutched the keychain. "Why didn't you say something? I didn't want to cross any lines. I'm just the janitor." Amelia blinked, realizing how blind she had been. For months, her daughter had been starved for connection, and she had found it in someone everyone else overlooked. But there was something else in Amelia's eyes. Now, recognition. "M.W., she whispered. "Your last name." "Marco Weston." He nodded slowly. "I knew your wife," Amelia said in disbelief. "Lila Weston. She used to design scarves for our brand. She was brilliant." Marco looked down. She was everything. They both stood there for a moment, the past wrapping around them like a blanket, heavy, familiar, and strangely comforting. The next morning, Lily awoke to find her mom sitting beside her bed, holding the carousel keychain. "Sweetheart," Amelia said gently, "do you like Marco?" Lily nodded instantly. "He makes me feel safe." Amelia smiled and kissed her forehead. Then maybe he should come around more. And he did, but not as a janitor. Weeks later, the corporate lobby had a new face. Marco, in a clean-pressed suit, now worked as a consultant for the brand's community engagement initiative. With his unique insights and compassion, he helped create programs to support employees and their families. The once silent janitor now had a voice that echoed in boardrooms. He still visited Lily every week, not because it was a job, but because it felt like family. They would build pillow forts, read stories, and sometimes just sit quietly, watching the rain fall outside the big apartment window. And that carousel keychain, it stayed by Lily's bedside from then on, a symbol of unlikely friendships, healing hearts, and the magical way life brings the right people together at just the right time.